Hi, my name is Annie, and welcome to the Walking Word, where we go through the Holy Bible in a year as part of discipling. We are currently in the book of Samuel, first of Samuel, and we are reading chapter 4, where the Israelites lose the Ark of the Covenant and the death of Eli, one of the last judges of Israel. Samuel chapter 4. At that time, the Philistines gathered for an attack on Israel. Israel went out to engage them in battle and encamped at Ebenezer, the Lord my helper. Well, the Philistines camped at Aphek. The Philistines then drew up battle formation against Israel. After a fierce struggle, Israel was defeated by the Philistines, who slew about 4,000 men on the battlefield. When the troops retired to the camp, the elders of Israel said, "Why has the Lord permitted us to be defeated today by the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the Lord from Shiloh, that it may go into battle among us and save us from the grasp of our enemies." So the people sent to Shiloh and brought from there the ark of the Lord of hosts, who is enthroned upon the cherubim. Enthroned. So the God of all majesty, you just go and pluck him. Uh, So the verse 4. So the people sent to Shiloh and brought from there the ark of the Lord of hosts, who is enthroned upon the cherubim. The two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were with the ark of God. When the ark of the Lord arrived in the camp, all Israel shouted so loudly that the earth resounded. The Philistines, hearing the noise of shouting, asked, "What can this loud shouting in the camp of the Hebrews mean?" On learning that the ark of the Lord had come into the camp, the Philistines were frightened. They said, Gods have come to their camp. They said also, "Woe to us! This has never happened before. Woe to us! Who can deliver us from the power of these mighty gods? These are the gods that struck the Egyptians with various plagues and with pestilence. Take courage and be manly, Philistines. Otherwise, you will become slaves to the Hebrews, as they were your slaves. So fight manfully." The Philistines fought, and Israel was defeated. Every man fled to his own tent. It was a disastrous defeat in which Israel lost 30,000 foot soldiers. The ark of God was captured by the Philistines, and Eli's two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were among the dead. A Benjamite fled from the battlefield and reached Shiloh that same day, with his clothes torn and his head covered with dirt. When he arrived, Eli was sitting in his chair beside the gate, watching the road, for he was troubled at heart about the ark of God. Yeah. Of course, he was troubled because he was still the priest. He was meant to take care of the ark. Okay. The man, however, went into the city to divulge the news, which put the whole city in an uproar. Hearing the uproar of the men standing near him, Eli inquired, "What does this commotion mean?" Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes would not focus, so that he could not see. The man quickly came up to Eli and said, "It is I who have come from the battlefield. I fled from there today." He asked, "What happened, my son?" And the messenger answered, "Israel fled from the Philistines. In fact, the troops suffered heavy loss. Your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, are among the dead, and the ark of God has been captured." At this mention of the ark of the God, Eli fell backwards from his chair into the gateway, since he was an old man and heavy. So he was a big guy. He died of a broken neck. Can you imagine at the age of 98 where you should just die peacefully in your sleep or something like that? You die of a broken neck. He had judged Israel for 40 years. His daughter-in-law, the wife of Phinehas, was with child, and at the point of giving birth, when she heard the news concerning the capture of the ark, one, the death of her father-in-law, two, and her husband, She was seized with pangs of labor and gave birth. She was about to die when the women standing around her said to her, "Never fear, you have given birth to a son." Yet she neither answered nor paid any attention. She named the child Ichabod, saying, "Gone is the glory from Israel," with reference to the capture of the ark of God and to her father in law and to her husband. She said, "Gone is the glory from Israel because the ark of God has been captured." Uh, Chapter 5, we look at the Ark of the Covenant is put in the temple of Dagon.